How much money can you make as a real estate photographer? Well, the amount of money you can make as a real estate photographer depends on a number of things which I will go through, but the unfortunate answer is it depends. There are so many variables to this that I can't say it's X pounds, X dollars per shoot, day, week, month, year. There are loads of factors. You have to work this out, so let's go through them. There's not that many, won't take me long. So, number one. Now, this is becoming number one for a very good reason. The amount of money you can make as a real estate photographer depends on the quality of the service you provide. I touched on this in the last video. If you provide a rubbish service, you won't get used again. If you provide a great service, you will get used again. In theory, anyone can take great real estate photos. Not everyone can provide a great service. And not everyone can take great real estate photos and provide a great service. So, if you start off, photography, you have to be to a high professional standard, goes without saying. But I'm assuming if you're making money from photography that you've achieved that, so it's the service that's going to set you apart, not the photography. Now, people will disagree with me on that. They'll say, no, my photos get me my work and everything, but I disagree. Like I say, real estate agents need photographs to a certain standard. A great service makes their life easier, makes them feel good, makes them want to use you again. So, controversial as it is, I'm sticking with that. Okay, that was the most important one. So, how much money can you make depends on the type of property. Now, as a general rule, again, the bigger or more expensive the property, the more money you can charge to photograph it. Obviously, there's more photos to be taken because it's bigger. And if you get a really big house, I once photographed a house that was costing about £6 million. There is an added pressure just from having to do that. If you're photographing, I say a normal house, a house like the one that I live in, a conventional house, then it's fine. Yes, you have to get everything right, but it's fine, it's routine work. The types of property, okay, that's that one. The market climate. In a strong market, you can charge more. In a weak market, there's less money about. It's just fact of life. Clients, different clients will pay different amounts. When you're speaking to clients about working for them, ask them how much they pay. That will give you a very good answer and an approach. And if you ask a number of clients, this will tell you what you need to do, where you need to go, and how much you can earn. So it's a great first thing to do. And you never know, they might offer more than you are going to ask. So ask first wherever you can. If they say how much do you want, you'll say, well, what's your budget? And you have a bit of a game, but give it a whirl. Competition. If you're the only real estate photographer in a location, you've got a better chance of earning more. If there are loads, you've got less of a chance. One thing I will say here is, if the competition is working for nothing, don't compete. Do not join the race to the bottom. Find somewhere else to work or something else to work on. But if someone's doing, shooting £500,000 houses for 50 quid a throw and doing a great job about it, there's not a lot you can do about it if you think about it. Obviously, you've got the service thing, which might set you apart. But if you want 200 quid and they're charging 50 quid, you've got a battle on your hands, haven't you? So pick your battles, as my wife says. Timing. Now, sometimes they need these photos super quick. I once did a shoot where I did the shoot in the afternoon and they needed the photos before 8 a.m. the next morning. So I spent that entire evening working on them. I charged more for the privilege, but I did ask beforehand, and they understood and agreed. So anyway, in the context of how much money can you make, how many shoots can you do? I do a little calculation in the blog post which frames nicely how you calculate your earnings in a year. Shall I read it out to you? Go on then, let's just scroll through to it because this was, I quite like this. If you're charging, say, £100 per shoot and doing 2 shoots a week, then your annual income will be £9,400. Now That's assuming 5 weeks holidays. If you're doing 1 shoot per working day and charging £250, then your annual income would be £58,750. Obviously, those are two ends of a scale, but the reality is probably going to be somewhere within. Hopefully you earn a lot more than that, which is great, but it's a calculation you need to do. Other factors in this as well. So location. Well, how long a shoot takes. If it takes you 4 hours, you'll get less shoots done than if you take you an hour each. And if you're charging the same, you want more of the hour shoots, don't you, rather than the 4-hour ones. Or you charge more for the 4-hour ones, obviously. Pricing I'll come on to. Location, where are they? If it's 2 hours away, that's 4 hours of your time getting there and back. So, are you going to get paid for that, or do you stand the cost? That's why I only work local. The quality of your photography. In theory, the better your photography, the more you can charge. The reality is, there's a limit to how much an agent is going to pay. But if your photography is average, you won't be getting it, so quality is important. I'm going to fly through these very quickly. You can read them in full on the blog post. They are your reputation, your experience, your portfolio, your qualifications, your website, your online presence, and your workflows. There's lots and lots in there, but this is all about you. Only you can make this happen. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry, I'm not sure why I've got a fist like that. That's just where my hand ended up. I've not joined some strange group or anything, or threatening you in any kind of way. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and you've learnt something. Please check out my website, rickmcavoyphotography.com/blog, or my splendid podcast, Photography Explained Podcast. Right, with that I will say thank you, and I will see you on the next video. Cheers from me, Rick.